Good to know my audio is working. Two, one, and two. I need to actually focus. Morning, River. I'm sad. I've realized I have ruined some degree of sci-fi for myself. I'm listening to... what is it called? Hold on. Sassenach? Yeah, Sassenach. By Elizabeth Moon and Anne McCaffrey. And I mean, Anne McCaffrey and Elizabeth Moon are amazing authors. But I'm disappointed in it. Like, really disappointed in it. And maybe some of it is that if it's that old of a book, it got a new treatment and everything. But if it's an older book like that, I wonder if it came out first. I wonder if it came out before Elizabeth Moon wrote her Vada War. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm disappointed. Like, it's not good. It's not bad. It's just not good. And I picked it up on the name recognition, right? Anne McCaffrey and Elizabeth Moon. But it's apparently, it looks like it's one of her earlier works, like early career works. Which actually, now knowing that makes this a lot more interesting of a read, because I really like Elizabeth Moon's Vada War, and although even some of her newest stuff doesn't quite hit with the same oomph. But as I'm listening to the way this like navy is described and the things that happen in this navy, I'm progressively more and more annoyed, because it's not a professional navy. It's not fighting like a professional navy. It's not operating like a professional navy. And then I realized that my standards now for professional space navy come almost explicitly from the Honor Harrington, the Honorverse books, and others. Joel Shepard's Spiral books as well. But like, I now have like a rigid standard for, I expect your fleet your captain, like, I'm listening to this and I'm like, I can tell, I get why this navy is falling apart, right? I get why a key plot point is this navy is falling apart. They're just not functioning the way they should. And I was like, oh, what a weird place for my brain to be in. This, like, rigid understanding of how to run a sci-fi fleet navy. So the writing is fairly awkward as well. It's the idea is that she is supposed to be a survivor of planet pirates, which are basically pirates who come in and enslave a whole, like, young colony, you know, a bunch of people from a young colony. Like, that's how piracy works in this world, is they massacre a colony, take a bunch of children, and then sell them, and, like, resources from the colony, which is not how you should do piracy at all. Because you're just like wiping the ground with your pirates. You want to hit them more times than that. But it does, like, snippet of her as kid into pirate attack into being enslaved. Like, it does, like, chunks of her life as it's trying to get to her being a badass pirate hunter. And so, I don't know. It's ska. I don't know what playlist is even playing, so... Oh, it's the Surprise Me playlist. That makes sense. I switched it up for you. but it's been interesting now that I think like knowing that it's one of her early books, I can see elements that actually feed into the Vada War books, and stuff like that. Like I can see where characters she had, actually, like fully baked version of her characters come later. I still don't think, at least with the Vada stuff, that Elizabeth Moon can do a decent romance. She tries, and I don't, it doesn't land quite right. At least not in her sci-fi, she can't. I don't know. What does she call it? But yeah, so that's been interesting. It explains a lot of things. I was really, like, unhappy with the quality of the book as I was going through, but knowing it's early reading makes it I'm not happy about it. Like, it's still not a good book, but yeah, Paladin's Legacy or Legend of Poxeronian. I don't know. Given how lukewarm I was on the Vada's Peace books and this book as well, I'm not super tempted to continue following Moon. Whoa, that did not paste very well at all, did it? Hold on. Here's a link instead. Well, I'd agree, except I don't know if I've met anybody who's lawful good and also a good person. Like, being lawful good, especially the way lawful good is tropically done, which is to say, rigidly good, very black and white, is hard. It's hard to imagine a lawful good character that doesn't just come across as sanctimonious. Maybe not lawful stupid, but I mean, fair. And I've seen arguments that Captain America is lawful good, and I don't know. So, depends on your interpretation of the alignment chart. It turns out the alignment chart's not perfect, right? But he has a very rigid code that he personally follows. right? His morals, his beliefs. It's like honestly, it's him and Superman are very similar. They are paragons because they believe in absolutely believe in their moral code and doing the most good possible. They're not following the law, but that's not actually a requirement for lawful. But that is a very hard character to write or run. And make him a person. They've done a good job with modern Cap. And I haven't read the comics, so I can't argue there. But him and Superman have the same thing. They are icons, right? More than anything else. Oh, that's so much better on my eyes. You won't see a difference, but I just turned on Nightlight to kick it into yellow wash instead of whitewashed. My eyes are killing me, but thankfully I have a appointment. With an eye doctor soon. I lost a filling. Just gone. Just filling fell out. I don't want to reschedule. I just want to confirm. No, just for fun. Let's try and click reschedule. See what happens. The button I need to click to confirm my appointment isn't working for my eye doctor. I'm hoping my prescription got better. And so my eyes are hurting because I'm having to look through glasses that are just slightly out of prescription for me. And hopefully in an upward direction, not a downward direction. I'm not looking forward to the eye doctor, though. I only get to play till about 1 today. A little bit before 1 today, so... Play, right. Then I've got a not raid. Why did this open to somewhere in the middle of Heartsong Grove? Oh, because I was working on the end of Heartsong Grove. Well, knowing what I do about Sassenach now, I'm not sure if I want to keep listening to it. Oh yeah, sorry, I wasn't paying any attention. Yeah, Shoot it my way. It'll take me 2 months to get to it, as per the usual. But I will intend to get to it immediately. And please, I know you don't want to bug me, but feel free to bug me about things like that, because I need the reminders. My brain, while I don't have ADHD or anything, does not retain information the way it should. No, don't worry about it. I recognize there is an irony in me being like, you won't bug me, and then I'm doing the same thing you're doing, of like, I don't want to be annoying. But I will say, you'll have better success bugging me on a Saturday or a Sunday than you will during the week. I learned how to schedule texts in Android. I can retaliate without ever actually being awake. That's fair. Mine is not, but generally speaking, you don't wake me up. Because I'll just sleep through it. Also, you're a monster for doing that. I don't know how you can do things like that. But also, you put tinfoil on your camera, so... keeping your phone on Do Not Disturb. I get it, but also I live in a world where I'm like, no, I need, like, data stimulus at all times. Oh man, I woke up, I was feeling good, and I didn't get enough sleep apparently, and it's slowly catching up to me, which is annoying. Because I was doing good until, like, right before I went live, I guess. That's fair. Yeah, that's smart. And at your job it makes sense, but the number of people who have jobs, work from home, whatever, who like just never have their phone off silent, those people weird me out. And annoy me. They're like, "Oh, I didn't miss your call. Sorry, my phone was on silent." And I'm like, "Why? It's Friday. It's Saturday. We're off work." Like, I'm like, "Oh, I just keep my phone on silent." The Do Not Disturb features, like the exceptions and allowances, are pretty good these days. Oh god. I'm sorry, stream. I'm not gonna be the most terribly interesting. I'm apparently sleepy. And my eyes hurt. God damn it. Alright, you're gonna see a lot more of my face.
Unread messages at your private terminal, Commander.
River, you rebel. There's gonna be a lot of typos in what I'm gonna type up here, because I can't see shit. Now the real question is, what are you going to order? Alright, I got chat on my phone in front of me because I can't actually see shit. Do me a favor, River, type another, just any comment in really quickly. I just want to see if it'll pop up in the chat on my phone. Perfect. Okay. That's running. I can't see shit. So if I ignore you too much, that's why. Really bad, the like welcome to Redbird's chat and then your like test message. My brain can't even see the color, like I can see that one's like green tagged and one's not, but if I'm not paying attention they both look green tagged. The fuck, eyes? Oh wait, hold on. Yeah, I'm good. Something's off with my prescription, or my glasses are fucked up a little bit. I've got an eye doctor appointment. Entirely by accident. On the 28th at like 9 a.m. This'll help. I say I'm good. I've also lost a filling, which, while it doesn't hurt, there's just a hole in my tooth, and that is deeply concerning. And my dentist can't see me till the 7th. But I'm on their wait list, so if they have an appointment that opens earlier... and I told my boss, I was like, there's probably going to be a day in the next couple weeks where they're going to call me and be like, we have an opening. And I'm just going to go. Right? Like, I'm not... And my boss is like, that's fine. It's a cool picture, though, if you want to see the picture of a hole in my tooth. Oh, that helped. Oh, that helped so much. Good antihistamine eye drops. Some of it too is that I did not get enough sleep, right? I played video games till one in the morning and I was like, I can sleep in, and then woke up promptly at like 7:45 because I always do on Saturday. I just try to stay in bed and not process information as much as possible. You know, I told myself I wasn't going to eat popcorn. Yeah, that's hell. I don't know how you manage that. Yeah, but if 6 a.m. is my normalish wake up time, I'm not staying up till 1. I mean, I probably will, but not for very long. Like, I can get 2 days of that, and then I'm non-functional. Oh, fair. Oh, right. Sorry. I thought you said that was your usual sleep schedule, not what you had mentioned being. And I was like, I don't know. My mom can do that now that I guess she's gotten old enough that she's moved over to the doesn't need a ton of sleep side of things. Which I don't think is true, but. I know, it always freaks people out when I take off my glasses. This is a prolonged amount of time without my glasses, too. What's nice is, in order to make my text legible for stream, it's really big on my screen, and that's working out really well right now. Because I have to squint a little bit, but I can read it. And I'm pretty good at reading soft focus text now. Part of me wishes I could get LASIK. And it's honestly, I like my face with glasses on. Like, without glasses, I think I'm weirded out by it too. But part of me wishes I could get LASIK just so I don't have to deal with my glasses getting smudged. But I have such dry eyes that I can't do LASIK or contacts. But it'd be great to have some time where I could just, or have a, where I don't have to worry about glasses. Oh, there is a show coming, River. It's on HBO Max, but it's the Last of Us show. And if you've not played the Last of Us game, by all accounts, the show is supposed to be really good. And is definitely up your alley in terms of, like... And if you've played the game, that's better. Okay, listen, that link would be useful if I had the chat open on my computer. I got it working. So a lot of this is dry eye. Interesting. So it's treason then. Haha! This dark mode is really weird. The way this dark mode works is such a weird, like, that it's not a full screen, that you lose the menu. See, I wish ambient worked for my brain. It used to work really well. Like, ambient noise was what I would listen to with stream or with writing. And now I've got to have, like, lyrics and patterns and stuff that my part of my brain will hook to. I just got an email with Tamora Pierce's, like, writing Spotify playlist, and it's a good, like, symphonic Spotify playlist, but it's themed to the book she's working on. I'm like, I wish I did any of that. Like Pinterest boards, anything, but none of that works for me. Oh, well, this is going to get harder. And now I've got to use my actual eyeglasses. State of the Imperium address. Thank you very much. No. I'm really proud of my website name and this and my series name for all of this being Tales of Iridathka and Tales of Alexander. Like, I'm like, that's a good, solid name. And I can't, like, if I go to the Earth side of things and I tell in urban fantasy, I never will. Wait, I heard it. I heard a notification. Thank you, Softly, for the follow. This is not quite my usual. Usually I get more writing done than this, but with my eyes being what they've decided to be, today is going to probably be just kind of a weird off day. But I appreciate you hanging out. I officially have more followers than Kware is years old, so... Characters, there we are. Tessia... When does Tessia take over? You know, part of me wants to make Tessia... I don't want to stack too many things on Tessia. And having Tessia be non-binary is plenty. But part of me... That is an interesting question. Because I am like... 60,000 words in, and yet I'm rewriting the first, like, 40,000, like, 20,000 or something? Let's see. What is... Can I get project stats on this? Oh, don't tell me that. Oh my god, this is... I'm 45,000 words in. Oh no. On selected documents, I'm 45k in. This book, I now... I feel a lot better about the fact that where I was working felt disconnected from, like, where I was like, the plot feels disconnected, because I disconnected the plot. I tried to start shifting into time jumps at, like, 45,000 words. Without, and I didn't ease into it, like, I hard jumped into time jumps at 45,000 words. And that's not okay. I was just complaining about Sassenach having similar thing where it just cuts, like, from, you know, phase 1 of her life to phase 2, and it's not terrible, but it is jarring for a moment where you're like, oh, we've left everybody, all the side characters and everybody we've cared about behind. Without any prep or warning. But no wonder this damn book keeps rewriting itself. I'm at 45k and I'm in the build-up. Like, the inciting incident has happened. That's it. Not even the fall. We're not to the fall yet. I am not. I am a pantser, effectively. What is it? Discovery writer is the preferred phrase now, I think. But I made the mistake of temporizing my world. Like, so this plot, or this story, is timed out. Like, it's 16 hours from here to here. It's 20 hours from here to here. So I had to sit down and do a proper outline. So what happened was, I think, and River's been here for all of it, and I write about once a week. Like, it's, you know, I'm slowly working on this more than, like, very seriously working on it. So I basically Discovery wrote for a while, realized I needed a timeline, sat down, wrote a timeline, wrote a bunch more that fit the timeline, and then pumped out, like, had an alpha draft done, shared it with some people, River included, and now I'm going back through and backfilling, you know, where, like, I did the fun parts, or the parts that I'm better at, and I'm backfilling now. And then, because I'm backfilling, I tried to rush to bits. That, like, I'm like, we'll get to here, because I don't need any of this stuff. And then, as I'm working on, like, this bit of the scene, I'm like, this doesn't feel right yet. So I had to go back, and I'm repairing, like, the plot to lead up to the next key point that I'm backfilling. Which mostly just comes from I cut scenes too short and I need to make them longer. So I will say, I am a world builder. So this is my world building document. And it has languages, cultures. One of the things I'm not looking forward to about getting back to the scene I was trying to work on is I have to come up with their outfits. Yeah, well, and, like, it's a weird thing to help with structure when the structure is missing a bunch of things. I've been working in the same world since I was 13, technically. So, 16 years. But, and as I got older, as I got a degree in, like, you know, my undergrad is sociology degree, as I've evolved and learned as like, its details have changed from, like, I want mechs and magic and this and that, and I still want all of those things, but now it's, I want mechs with a justification, and I want magic that feeds into why there's mechs with justification, you know, like, and this freaking book has taken over, like, the main character of this book is 1,000 years too early in the history, has taken over she is now the main character of my writing, not her parents, who were the main characters when I was younger. She's a brat. Yeah, and it's a lot of fun. Like, I really love world building. I just made the mistake of doing world building where my point of view species is an entirely non-human, non-related to humanity, species that lives in unknown amount of time. Tolkien's elves, essentially, but trying to, like, extrapolate that into what does a spacefaring culture of Tolkien's elves look like. And none of this mystical, they're going to retire back to the West, but, you know, like, an actual culture. And the answer is I need a linguistics degree, and I need to go back for another anthropology degree. And it's a lot of, I understand that it's a lot of work for a reader to come in and be, like, you know, have to reframe, like, entire culture is non-human, and has magic, and has had magic for thousands of years, and is immortally, like, culture is fundamentally different than the way you think about it. Although, I would hope I've done a decent job making it relatable still. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, you did. And those have been mercifully fairly static. The first 20,000 words, 25,000 words or whatever. I needed... Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff where I'm like, I know I've put too much in, but I want to put too much in and enjoy it, and then I'll come back later, or at some point when I have an editor, if I'm ever getting around to publishing this, because I do want to eventually. Having an editor, having people, beta readers and alpha to help me clean it up. My big thing, and it's why I pushed out that alpha version, is that I'm trying to do this without my usual habit of, like, write, revise, get bored at, like, 50,000 words, start a new project, write, revise, I'm trying to finish something with more intentionality. Trying to build that habit. But also, I don't write all that often. I'm just too busy, so... And one day, River, I will finish a document I'll get a world building document clean enough to let you come play in my world. Because one of the things I've always admired about the Metro series is that building a world that's robust enough that letting other people play in it is legitimate, is something you can do. But my document and my brain thinking are not clear enough and clean enough to let... It would be a hard time for River. Wrong buttons. There we go. Okay, so the good news is, it mostly wasn't my glasses. It was mostly my eyes just being super dry. That's a good stretch. I need more video game songs that are diegetic. Is that the right word? I use that word a lot, and I know it means in text, but I don't know if it's the right word to use with everything. Yeah! Haha! It is the right word! But, like, folk music and stuff that is more diegetic, that is, like, in the specific context. I'm listening to Daughter of the Sea, which was a song that a trailer and stuff they put out for... I don't remember the expansion, but for WoW. 2 expansions ago? For WoW Vanilla main, but... It's like a folk song from a country that they sing, you know, like... And I need more of that shit. Same with, like, in Dragon Age. In Dragon Age Inquisition, the song where they sing about Dawn Will Come is just it's just so nice to have songs like that. Alright, I should probably write, eh? Rather than just talk. Even though today's a short stream, I've only got another hour. Welcome back. Very important. Come here. Zoom. What are we zooming around? Oh, do you think I'm chasing you? Oh. Well, an attempt was made. Whoosh. Come here. You're a monster-sized cat. I'm sure you need to see you again. Yeah. Scoop. Scoop. Aha! The scooping has occurred. Ugh. Oh, that's what I was checking. No. Okay, fine. I got my hook in. I was checking my beastery because I know my description on the Verep has changed a bunch of times, and I want to actually get it accurate. These are actual species. Okay, so they've got bristled fur, semi-spine, semi-soft, and toughened skin. They are... What's fun is I basically took the and they are pack hunters, which the socialization nature feels very important for a domesticatable animal like this. And there are multiple subspecies of Verep. So riding Verep like these are considered like the original species, but they are also most often like the dog equivalent. Including guard dog and guide dog and all these other things. And a large part of that popularity is that they're 700 years. They can live 700 years. And they've been around long enough that there's not a... Like, it fades into the mists of their history of, like, we've always had Verep. You know, just, like, they've been around long enough that, as far as anybody's concerned, it goes all the way back to their diaspora. Like, they're part of the foundational mythology. Are there swimming Verep? I don't think there's a aquatic or amphibious species of Verep. But, like, in the way that there's water dogs, there's absolutely water Verep, right? And some of it's bred, some of it's magically varianced. But they've been with the Drakers for, like, I think at this point 30,000, 40,000 years. And only in the last couple thousand years have riding Verep fallen out of fashion, quote unquote. But as, like, the Javerica estate proves, there's still enough to keep them. There's enough interest. They're still useful. She can. She's from Sword and Sorcery days, so of course she can ride. Yeah, please. It occurs to me, I actually have a lore error in here. A lore error here of Kayware working with a Verep who's like the great-granddaughter or something, because she's been gone 10 years, and it should be not that. Like, she should have her own Verep that's at home. But I don't think Kayware was really a horse girl, so maybe she doesn't. She's just been using different... No, she cannot. Because calling is summoning elementals. So she could summon an elemental that looks like a Verep, but is not an actual Verep. She could ride. It depends on the elemental for obvious reasons, but yes, she has her big bear elemental, earth bear elemental. If that elemental had taken the form of a Verep, then she could absolutely ride. And the wolf. But the wolf is ice? I don't remember what the wolf is. She could ride that. And honestly, she could ride the bear. Yeah. You know, weirdly, I don't have enough animal-specific magic in my system. I have a note for Whispering, which is mages that can communicate with animals, and are capable of directing an animal or seeing through their eyes. But, like, Kayware is supposed to be unique in that she can talk to the ravens. And so maybe it's not a Draker's magic. Maybe the Draker magic is, generally speaking, they do not have animal husbandry magics that aren't, like, healing an animal or calming an animal. Like, that stuff might be... Draker magic doesn't... So they probably... At some... healing and calming. Whispers aren't common. But I wonder, I could put that magic somewhere else. And I might put that magic with the Fae. Maybe the Dryads. I don't think it works with the Carnarvon. The Carnarvon are shamanic magic, and I don't know if it matches, but it could. And the Carnarvon are shamanic and blood-based, like some of their, you know, it's ritualistic. Because, like, Kay, we're supposed to have in Irant, a talent for it, right? Not a like teachable magical skill. And there's probably a fair amount of Drakers out there who have talents that make them good with animals, but it's not a magical. It's not like a spell they cast or anything. That makes it make sense. Like, you've just got people who are good with cows. They're just really good with cows, and technically it's magical in nature, right? Like, they can technically talk to the cows and have a sense of what the cows want. But it's not a spell. It's just something they were born good with cows. Who, given my understanding, are effectively just the dogs of the world. Of the herbivore world. Though some of that might just be the way we breed all of our domesticated animals.
scroll to the very top of this and make a note. I have the ravens. They're not super active, but they're there. To change. Do you like better the idea that Kware is writing a Verep that is new to her, or do you like better the idea that she's writing her Verep that she hasn't seen in like 10 years? Also, I'm learning I gotta name things. I've been naming things as they look on the page more than what they sound like, but given how much I say the damn words... Yeah, I feel like I don't give her the horse girl role, right? Misei got the horse girl role. Like, she's the horse girl. I think she likes riding Verep. Like, she enjoys riding the woods and running the woods and just being in the woods and she enjoys that. But also, well, she definitely couldn't enjoy technology over animals given her ravens. Oh yeah, yeah. I think she's a decent rider. She's better than Talico, right? Talico's just a modern lad. All of this rich people running around in the woods riding horses stuff. This stuff he absolutely grew up with. But, he's 11 years older than Kware. His current reigning favorite hobby. Yes, and Ace. Ace? Yeah, Ace. Undecided on the A row. If I make him both, I'm going to have to definitely get help. if I do anything from his point of view. Because like understanding being ace is hard enough, but being aromantic does not compute in my brain. No hit on it. Just I would never want to write a character with that point of view without significant help. It's bad enough I'm writing a bisexual female immortal. In a world where being bisexual is normal. And Polly is being normal. And her parents are not heterosexual, but in a committed monogamous relationship with each other. Although I'm still toying with that. I'm still toying with the idea that they're maybe not entirely monogamous. But that they're not letting anybody else into the... So, like, they might not be entirely monogamous, but they've not found anybody else to slot into the relationship. It's been, what, 2,000 years or something? They might be monogamous because they're picky. Which, honestly, fair. Like, it's the Sapphire Falcon and the Grey Tempest. Like, they might have some fun here and there, but finding somebody to slot into that dynamic would be probably insanely hard. And there's that whole bubble of, like, aromantic, you know, demisexual, demi-romantic, like, there's a lot there where somebody can, like, Talico can slot in of, like, thinking he's aromantic, and then at some point he's like, oh, no, okay. Or thinking he's not aromantic, and at some point being like, oh, they've got a lot of time to explore. I don't even know what that one means. I'd not even heard Grey Romantic. That's a new one to me. I don't know why I just capitalized over it. Ah, okay. Yeah, Misai got the horse girl life from Kware. So Kware's good at riding. She grew up riding. she knows the right things to do. Right? Like, at the very end here, having Tessia offer to take over the cleanup job. Kayware is not... Yeah, this is Misei's. Kayware is good enough to put up a good fight, and athletic enough, and, like, you know, some of this game of tag is, like, tackling people off of moving large animals and things like that. Like, it is a contact sport, because unlike horses, Verep are durable. It is a dangerous contact sport, because unlike horses, Verep are durable. But they're also smart, unlike horses. Because, like, horses are smart, but they're stupid smart. So, like, Kayware's athletic enough and skilled enough to make it a good fight. But yeah, Misei is just better at this. She is the horse girl of the crew, and so... And I feel bad, because Kayware's good at a lot of things. And I'm not worried about making a Mary Sue, because fuck those people, to some extent. But I'm worried about, you know, that moment where somebody's like, but she's also 124. She's been riding longer than most people have been, you know, have been alive. Same with Teleco. He just isn't comfortable on ride. So, like, the skill set she's acquired is fairly diverse. And but she's not good at anything by the standards of her people. Well, not anything. She's really good at combat. But she cheats there. I'd believe it, right? It's some of the really bad things I've read recently have characters who are, like, deeply arrogant and, like, I'm just a god at I'm really good at it. But to some extent, they're also like, I'm 300 years old. I'm really good at a lot of things because I'm 300 years old. But also, there are things I don't fucking understand at all because I never did my forestry classes. Yeah. Well, and it's one of the notes that when I eventually get to the human Draker conflict, but Terran human, Draker conflicts is going to come up is, like, Drakers don't fight their preferred formations, even when it's, like, sword and shield. They're good at, like, closed rank formations because those are powerful, but given the chance, Drakers fight in loose groups. Because each of them is so individually skilled that it doesn't make sense. A lot of formation fighting is designed to enhance, like, relatively unskilled or or even skilled, but, like, it's not the same. Like, I don't think you ever get Redcoats style combat, right? Where it's just we march into the fire until we get close enough to swamp them with our fire. And some of that is their guns are a little better. They're not that much better. But some of that is just, like, why would you waste that skill set? Like, a Draker Archer is going to be much better, and you don't need him to than, like, a Redcoat. Where do you keep Verret? I'm gonna use stalls for now, but it's not the right word. Okay, Google, set a 15-minute timer. Oh, Stardew, thank you for the follow as well. I didn't hear the notification, I guess. I checked the activity feed, too. Oh. Oh. You were the one who followed me? I see. Why does the activity feed do it that way? The activity feed has the newest activity at the bottom, not the top. At least on mobile. Underbreaker? I mean, the Undertaker is the obvious one. But also, the Undercity from WoW were the two things that popped into my head. Yeah, sorry. It's very close to Undertaker. Forgot how to spell saddle for a second there. Is it a Soritas? So... Liritas is... Zumatog. This activity feed is stupid and I hate it. I can't think of a good way to share a photo of it with stream. Alright. It's a short stream today. Just, I have other things popping off. Underbreak. Good void. Why is he not Deathbreaker then? Not to, but like something. Unfortunately, Undertaker has probably ruined Under and Verb, unless it's like Underdark. But even then, you're gonna end up with Underdark, Undercity. A lot of those are, you know, taken already. And when you say underworld, you mean death, like the afterlife, right? Or do you mean the literal underground, as in Hollow Earth or something like that? Underworld. Yeah. Buried alive, die. You're honestly... The underground part is going to be... Not to tell you, you know, just all thoughts off the top of my head, is probably going to be the least important part of that for most people. He'll probably end up being a Deathbreaker of some, like... which is a fairly common fan, but, like, that tends to be what they're known as, is that, or... is the fact that he came back to life will win out over the underground bit, which might get you away from freaking The Undertaker, at least. Fair. I need to run to the restroom, and then I have a different thing. So I'm actually gonna wrap stream here. Mego, good luck. Names are my least favorite thing in the world. And then thank you for Stardew for following and for the conversation as well. I will be back next Saturday, hopefully for a more appropriately longer stream. From about 10:30 Central to eventually. Thanks all. Gotta find the right button because I don't have a stream deck set up. There we go. Bye everybody.